Hi guys, welcome to another video by School of RPA. In this video, we are going to tell you 12 ways RPA can streamline your HR and payroll. Introduction. Human resources, ironically, is replete with redundant and repetitive tasks that do not leave time for the department to focus on organization's people. According to a study conducted by GNA, HR professionals spend about 73.2% of their time tending to tedious administrative tasks. RP and HR can automate repetitive administrative tasks, thus improving organization's accuracy and enabling HR to focus on valuable strategic work. Whether it is regularly updating employee data, maintaining timesheet, ensuring compliance, or reporting robotic process automation can help get rid of massive amounts of paperwork involved in daily HR activities. HR automation frees up time and resources that could be spent in making the HR more people-centric. Let's discuss more about the use case of RPA in human resources, its benefits, and the best practices to implement RPA in HR. Robotic process automation in human resources. Robotic process automation is an excellent way to drive improved data management capabilities for HR. RP is a software that automates rule-based, highly transactional processes in the HR department that require little or no human intervention. RP in HR operations primarily work by having a software robot to perform high-volume, repetitive operational tasks from HR employees. These include tasks such as onboarding new hires, processing payroll, benefits, enrollment, and compliance reporting that require a significant amount of manual repetitive labor. Apart from increased accuracy and speed of data processing, RPA can be instrumental in bringing down the overall HR-related costs. Advantages of Advantages of RPA in HR and payroll. The massive amount of data management from filling, updating, validating records, and continuous influx of request processing around the HR managers in repetitive admin tasks. The focus of RPA in HR operations is primarily on micro tasks, thus integrating all the processes that a big legacy system did not or were not able to address. RPA carries a huge potential to revolutionize the entire HR industry by bringing in better efficiency and a quicker return on investment. As a completely non-invasive technology, RPA can work in the background without any need for human attention. Some of the many benefits of RPA in HR and payroll include accuracy and increased productivity. By use of RPA, pre-coded technology minimize the margin of errors. Further, by allowing staff to focus on more high value tasks, technology contributes directly to overall strategic goals and productivity of the company. Consistency. With RP in background, HR departments can expect tasks to be completed at consistent level without any hassle. RP is in fact created for perfect replication and error-free performance, eliminating any kind of output variations during the operational term. Scalability. The cost per task or the effort on RPA is considered low when operated at a scale and can easily be ramped up and down as per the requirements. This leads to minimal wastage of efforts or downtime for the overall system. Reliability. With no human intervention and absence of any leaves, efficiency increases manifold since bots work 24 by 7 with consistent performance. Flexibility. RPA solutions are extremely flexible and can follow program procedures irrespective of the develop, deployment environment. Now let's look at the use case of RPA in human resources. The HR department of almost every organization is usually burdened with tons of manual processes and repetitive administrative tasks. This makes HR an obvious starting point to introduce RPA in your organization. Some of the scenarios in human resources that can be automated with RPA are: the first scenario is CV screening and shortlisting of candidates. When it comes to basic HR functions such as hiring, a lot of time gets wasted on screening resumes and application forms received by the candidates for open positions. Software robots can make the process much simpler by easily gathering the applications and comparing all the information against a list of specific job requirements. Using RP technology, these requirements can be seen as predefined rules, which will guide the overall selection process. Based on this, the qualifying candidates can be sent the interview notification calls, whereas rejection notifications could be sent to those who do not match the selection criteria. Further, HR managers can use RPA technology to eliminate the huge piles of paperwork involved in the process. Using the database that keeps all the potential employees' profile, RPA and HR can categorize and notify all the candidates of their interview results. With the help of RPA, the HR department can turn the rather complicated recruitment process into a much smoother one and help attract and retain top talent. The second use case of the day is simplifying onboarding. HR onboarding is generally a very long and tedious process where the joining of the candidates require coordinated efforts of multiple people as the data from several systems needs to be synced to create a new user account. The access rights for application, IT equipment, email address, and more. To be able to find agreement between organization processes and employees' profile and preferences, robust data integration capacities are required. Robotic process automation can be used to streamline the entire onboarding procedure by automatically activating a particular template for the onboarding workflow of a user account. Software robots can then make rule-based decisions such as which onboarding documents to send, what credentials to assign the new employee, and much more. Further, bots make processes such as employee ID creation much faster and allow new hires to get started with their role in a smooth and hassle-free manner. Put simply, integrating RP and onboarding process helps to 1. Reduce onboarding process cost as robots help HR teams by handling tedious manual and repetitive process and automatically transcribe information from various sources into multiple systems. 2. Increase the overall onboarding processing speed by automatically validating new hire data and entering the same into different systems. And 3. Reduce error rates in HR onboarding process by accurately updating personal and account information across multiple systems to facilitate fast processing. Our third use case is employee data management. Employee data management is one of the main areas when it comes to HR-related functions. It typically requires systematic as well as consistent actions across several databases, ranging from payroll and employee benefits to company regulations, and much more. With a consistent influx of employee data in the form of existing staff, new hires, contractors, etc. Managing it all manually can be a nightmarish task for HR teams. Robotic process automation can make it easy to handle the tasks related to employee management, thus reducing the risk of incorrect data entries to minimum. Robots can also perform data cleaning tasks at regular intervals to ensure data compatibility across multiple databases. This also means that HR services can be delivered to employees much more effectively and quickly. For example, RP in HR can automatically generate the important documents that employees need instead of HR personnel having to transfer all the employee data from HRIS to a document template. What is payroll processing? Payroll processing is one of the most repetitive, monotonous HR tasks that organizations usually can't do without, involving massive amounts of data entry on a regular basis. Managing payrolls manually can often lead to a risk of multiple errors. Additionally, constantly changing tax laws and rapidly evolving reporting requirements coupled with system troubles can make payroll processing a long and tiring process for the HR departments. RP in HR can simplify the process due to ability to collect and connect the data between multiple systems such as HR and employee management, time tracking, accounts payable, and general ledger. Additionally, RPA bots can't verify employees' hours that have been recorded in the system and make corrections based on reports or any differences compared to the shift. Automated reports done by the software robot can show if there is a high number of registered hours, overtime, missing hours, or excessive usage of timeout has occurred to further simplify the payroll process. Fifth is expense management. HR managers in any organization generally find it difficult to keep up with the manual process of travel and expense management due to multiple factors such as missing receipts, late expenses submission, out of the policy spends, and messy spreadsheets. Although there are various sophisticated expense management solutions available today, most of the organizations still use outdated systems requiring employees to manually provide details on their expenses. There are high chances of error in such manual entry of data, including expense amount, date, or location provided by employees. Employing an RP solution for the expense management allows the companies to automatically extract all the important fields from the expense receipts, saving a lot of time. This also prevents the hassle of carrying around expense receipts as they can simply take pictures of their receipts and all the relevant data will be extracted from the receipts automatically. Sixth is maintaining compliance of the organization. Maintaining compliance is one of the most important HR functions in any organization. Strict labor laws and other regulations require companies to prioritize error-free and smooth compliance. However, ensuring high compliance at an organizational level requires a lot of time and attention from the HR professionals where every single detail needs to be thoroughly analyzed and entered. Using RP software for compliance-related activities can not only speed up the process, but also minimize the delays and human errors in the process as everything is done by the software bots, enhancing overall accuracy of the process. Seventh is employee exit management. Similar to onboarding, ensuring a smooth, hassle-free employee offboarding is an important area for every HR manager. There are a number of HR tasks that need to be taken care of while existing, such as the generation of exit documents, revoking of system access, and the full and final settlement. Leaving any scope of error here can lead to multiple audit flags. RP and HR can be of great help to implement a better and well-organized offboarding process by predefining each of the process involved during an exit. The software bot can easily capture all the relevant details from the full and final report of the employee and update the same in the finance application for validation. If all the mandatory information is accurately mentioned, followed by sending an email to the concerned department for updation. 8. Employee induction and training. RP technology can help your organization and HR department to completely automate the induction process, which means that the new candidates would get a digital profile right after applying and receiving the job offer. Under this digital profile, RP software could trigger automatic process of onboarding new hires and ensure to update candidates with all the business processes, compliance standards, and other regulations. Coupled with a well-designed e-learning and training support platform, the RPA-based automatic induction process could significantly improve the overall effectiveness of adoption of training. 9. Performance management. Across industries, organizations are constantly exploring the ways they can use RP and HR to re-evaluate their performance management system. Right from employees' goal setting, incentive calculations to evaluation of rewards, RP software makes it easier for HR departments to keep the organizational productivity high. Being a highly time-consuming and repetitive process, automation with RPA makes the performance management process much more efficient, free of errors, and less time-consuming. 10. Calculation of shift allowance. An increasing number of organizations give shift allowance to their employees working in different processes for international clients across various time zones. This shift allowance is usually calculated by taking the employee swipe in, swipe out from the multiple HR backend systems. As a completely manual process, this takes up a lot of time with high scope of errors owing to large data sets. Introducing RPA for shift allowance calculation leads to automatic reading and validation of the data by bots from multiple backend systems. Further, bots can do this on periodic basis, leading to one-time clearance of allowance along with reducing manual efforts and an average handling time with zero errors. Background verification for new hires. Background verification process for new employees typically involve cross-verification of all the interviewed candidate details such as name, address, date of birth, etc. against a massive set of multiple databases. The time taken for processing of this critically important process is huge as there is a high level of accuracy expected. Using RPA technology, companies can receive the required details easily from the input source, automatically cross-checking all the details with the backend databases and simultaneously creating the process reports without needing any manual intervention. All these reports are then reconciled by the software robots into a final master report, which is automatically uploaded in the backend system in a scheduled fashion. To further ease the process, the processing load can be split across multiple RPA bots to deliver the results in an even shorter time. Our last use case for today is tracking attendance. There are multiple reasons that make attendance tracking a cumbersome task for HR teams, including the large size of organizations and carelessness on the part of employees in punching accurate time records. RP-based software reports can take the attendance tracking easier by cross-checking self-reports against the time logged in the company record, followed by reporting any inconsistency to HR managers. Further, Bots can also recommend reallocation of various workforce resources in case of high absenteeism instances to help the HR department prevent the workforce disruptions. If, if designed and implemented well, RP technology has the power to make the HR team many times more productive and efficient. Here are some of the best practices to follow as you define and automate your HR processes. 1. Develop a well-defined shared service model. 2. Always start with the selected process to be automated to demonstrate the effectiveness. 3. Seek and gain consistent support from the leadership and stakeholders. 4. Set clear expectations and ROI of RPA implementation. And 5. Train all your HR staff, stakeholders, leadership, and users on RPA capabilities and their individual responsibilities. It is crucial to have a clear knowledge about what RPA automation can and cannot do, which ultimately will help maintain expectations at realistic level. Conclusion. By liberating humans from repetitive and monotonous work, the technology promises to offer more engaging employment and define competitive edge to organizations. Robotics in HR result in error reduction, accurate analysis and reporting, and overall streamlined HR operations. Because of this flexibility and ease of working with existing legacy systems, it is just a matter of time before the majority of the organizations realize the role of RP technology in cutting down costs, driving up efficiency, and ensuring smooth execution. Hey guys, do you want to learn business analysis from us? Then call us on 900 480 9189 or email us on info@schoolofrpa.co.in, or you can watch our videos on this YouTube channel.